Yo, YouTubers, what is up? Welcome to another video on my channel. Today I'm bringing you the Temple Studio Super Vegeta statue. I had a big issue ordering this statue. The company took them, so originally I ordered through Jose Leon. I thought I was going through him. He directed me to Temple Studio, who sent me an invoice with very little information on it. I paid it. I know it will start to ship in December, and some people started to receive it. I emailed them to the PayPal email address, no reply. I messaged them on Facebook, no reply. I kept messaging them, no reply. Jose Leon knew nothing. And after 2 months, they finally responded, said to pay the remaining balance, so I did. They said it would ship. Lo and behold, it didn't ship. Chinese New Year, then Corona happened, and then they said I had to go through Jose Leon for shipping, and the whole process was a nightmare. I'm getting my statue 4 months after other people's, and needless to say, I'll never order from this company again. It was a horrible experience, and I'm not really happy as well with Jose Leon's, the way he did the whole thing either, so not really happy at all on my experience, I will say. But I really wanted this statue. I always wanted the MRC life-size Vegeta. Never bought it, and this is the next best thing to have the exact same pose. So, looks like the base is here, and that was Vegeta. So this was not very expensive, the statue. It was like 330 bucks. You know, you compare that to, like, let's say KD Vegeta, which granted is much better, but also is $600. So double the price. So half the price, you know, and it's still a 1/4 scale statue. Packaging seems pretty nice. Just a standard art box, and then it was a little thin brown box. So we're gonna go ahead and take this base out first. Just pray there's no freaking damage. I don't get coronavirus from this frickin' thing. Tons of white crap all over it. I'm gonna need to get my blower. It looks like tons of white crap. Now, I was not blown away at all by the prototype of this, so I'm not expecting the greatest statue. I know there was 2 areas that really needed improvement. The face sculpt was not 100%, especially if you compare to MRC. It's not nearly as good. There's no texture detail, which really, in my opinion, on a 1/4 scale, you need texture detail. I really feel like that's a must-have now. As well as the painting of the armor was off, without a doubt. So here's the hand holding the aura ball. So we'll just put that to the side. I don't know if I will display that often. I had planned to do the I am Super Vegeta pose because I love that. But oh, look at that ball. That ball looks pretty cool. I won't deny that. It's nice you at least get a switch out, you know, if you want to change it up. This base is very reminiscent of the Prime 1 Goku base. Very, very similar base. Like that. They did make a Super Trunks that does look pretty decent, and it does look like it goes well with this Vegeta. So if I'm really happy with this Vegeta and I can have space for the Trunks, I would potentially consider it. I just would not go direct. I'm not sure if I'd go through Jose Leon either. I'd probably try to find a different supplier, like Toy Okyo or something. it would make the experience a lot better for me. In addition, I paid extra for shipping to get this in 7 to 15 days, and it took almost an entire month to get to me. Alrighty, so there is the base. Enough complaining. Let's open the statue. Just annoying when it takes forever to get something and you have so many issues. You know, like I still have zero information on Tsume Broly, Tsume Krillin. So let's take out Vegeta. This is officially my second 1/4 scale Vegeta in my collection. Previously had the, I wouldn't consider it 1/4, but I did have the UC Studio Vegetaverse Ape Gohan. They tagged it 1/4, but that was not 1/4, I'm telling you. That was like 1/5. So that's the reason I sold that. I loved that statue, but God, the scale was so off. There's the body. Yeah, this paint, this gold is wrong. It's totally wrong color. That's my one perk with that. Everything else looks fine, even if there's no texture detail. I wish they didn't paint the gold that color. Here's the head sculpt. Let's look at this. Looks pretty good. My Yume Vegeta is definitely better. So there's that. I am glad they included two different base logos, because originally it was the Japanese logo, which I am not a fan of at all. I hate Japanese logo bases. So I'm glad they did this, because I never want to display that. They actually even included a little bit of like putty here in case you have a weak magnet, which is nice. I will take that out and I can use it for something else. Alrighty, so here is the arm pointing at himself. Like that. I'm Super Vegeta. Then there's, I didn't even know it included this, but there's a few like auras, I think probably that go on the base. Yeah, and if you did want to display the Japanese logo, I'm not sure what that is, but I'm just going to leave that in the box because I'll never display it. There's 3 aura pieces here, which I'm pretty confident would go here in the base somewhere. Definitely wouldn't go on Vegeta himself. But look, there's 3 aura pieces. Huh. I am not seeing anything. I'm going to need to look around, but it did come with 3 aura pieces. And I believe that's everything. It looks like it's a... I don't see they included a power plug, because I'm not seeing one in here. Unless I'm missing it. Wait, here's the COA. So they actually did a metal COA, which is quite nice. I got 331 of 350. So I do like this COA. I think it's nicer than the typical card COA. I'm not a fan of the card COAs. I mean, they're okay. Yeah, they did not include an AC adapter. Unless I'm just completely missing it, I do not see one. So there is a light up in the base. But I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. There's tons of white crap. and we'll set it up next to my life-size Vegeta bust, and we'll do a full in-depth video review. So stay tuned, folks. Alrighty, folks, so we have Temple Vegeta all set up here in the collection room. This is next to the MRC life-size Vegeta bust, so you can see size comparison. Also do a size comparison next to some other 1/4 scales in case that is your plan. I do plan to have it like this. I think it looks awesome having the Vegeta next to the life-size bust. Like I said, you know, in the unboxing, the one thing I really dislike is the color of that. It should be more like this. So that's one thing I would suggest to Temple Studio when you're, you know, look other studios, what's popular, you know, like the Vegeta over there, the color of his armor, the Super Vegeta right there. You look at that yellow. This is not anime accurate. Did not look like a gold. It's more of a yellow brown. It's not horrible, but it is a little bit of annoying. But let's check out this base. So my base had tons of white stuff and it wasn't coming off easy. I actually had to use a tiny little like scalpel and use my air blower at the highest setting to remove most of it. So you might even be able to see a little bit. There was some like white crap right here as well. I still don't even have it all. I think it might be like dried up dust, factory dust, you know, so there was tons of dust and everything all over the statue. You could clearly see production finished in December, yet it sat there for 4 months, so it built up a lot of dust. They didn't clean up prior to sending it to me. Check out the COA. It's metal. Looks nice. Like having metal COA, similar to like Tsume. This is actually nicer than the Tsume 1/6 scale ones. The Tsume Vegeta has the best one overall, but this one's pretty nice. So here you have an underbase, blue with the Dragon Ball Z logo. I think instead of doing the Japanese logo, they should have did a Vegeta logo. So have the Dragon Ball Z and the other option be Vegeta. I think that would have been a better option. I do like this Dragon Ball Z logo. They actually did like an acrylic little ball, which is rare for most studios. Most unlicensed studios always go the super cheap route. The very cheap route, you know, like Tsume does it best. But you look at it, for example, even this 1/4 Cell by KD, look at that little ball. That is super cheap. I love when they actually do like an acrylic see-through ball like this. It's definitely higher quality. So I like the logo. Logo looks great. The underbase looks good as well. It's blue, which is Vegeta's theme. His costume's blue. So I do like the underbase. I think it fits well. The base itself is tons of rocks with aura. There is a light up feature. Mine did not include battery for the light up arm nor an AC adapter, so I had to use my own. So that was, you know, minus a point right there for, you know, you paid all this money and they can't include an adapter. So that's pretty cheap. I do like the base. I think it looks pretty good. You know, it's clearly a copy of the Prime 1 Goku, but I like the base. I think it looks good. The rocks look pretty decent. Not amazing like some of my other 1/4s, but it looks pretty good. The see-through resin looks just as good as any other DBZ statue. Now let's get on to Vegeta himself. His shoes right here, that gold is a different tone gold than that as well, just so you're aware. It is not the same and it should be the same. The white outside, the gold actually looks better on this than it does on that. I wish the rest of the body was actually more like this. I think this looks better. The boots look good, lots of creases, shades of blue and white, a little bit of detail here and there. The actual body looks pretty good, decent sculpt. He's pretty ripped, lots of blue highlights and darker blues. There is the chest. They have just a tiny bit of detail. It's not textured. For example, you know, like this is what I mean by textured. Look at the detail of the life-size bust. You see that extreme texture detail? I would have loved that on this 1/4. The overall sculpt is good. I just wish it had texture. So far, looking at it, just this part, the body lacks sculpted detail and the gold is off. I think if they would have fixed those two, they would have nailed it. Pose, love it. Base, love it. Texture, detail, and fix the gold, and they would have definitely knocked it out. Face sculpt. Now compare that to this Vegeta. I mean, this is a 10 out of 10 face. You can't get better than this. This is 100% Vegeta. I think this face sculpt is good. And granted, this is Super Vegeta, so his hair is a little bit longer. So obviously the hair is going to be different than base hair Vegeta. I think they did a pretty good job. I mean, without a doubt, you know this is Vegeta. It looks pretty darn good. Not as good as the MRC Vegeta life-size bust, but they did a pretty good job. Skin tone is decent, not amazing. The Super Saiyan hair is, orange, yellow with tips white. Looks pretty good. Overall, I think it's satisfactory. I don't think it's amazing. I think it's very good, though. I'd rate the face sculpt and the hair a 7 out of 10. So I do like the face sculpt. I think the overall body looks good outside the lack of texture and the gold off colored. If they could have fixed those two, this definitely would have been a lot better of a statue. The light up feature is pretty cool. I've already tested it out. So let's go ahead and check that out now. Alrighty, so here it is lit up. So it is an AC adapter for the bottom part of the base, but for some reason they did not do AC adapter for the hand. And I know for a fact they could have. They just ran a little wire from the foot into that arm. They could have absolutely done light up there. Instead, they opted for the little 2 LR44 batteries, which they also did not include, just so you're aware. So I had to use my own watch batteries. Luckily, I generally have plenty of them because a lot of statues require them. But here it is with the light up base. And I have it plugged into my little portable plug-in. So overall, the light up looks good. The aura shines out quite well and extends to the end of the aura. You can see how it's a yellow with red at the tip. And all the auras are shining. So I do like the light up. I think it looks cool. Here in the ball, also looks really cool. I do like this ball better than I thought I originally would. Now, the ball was very difficult to set up these little electricity effects. You could not see where it was. And this one right here, it looks like it's supposed to have this little peg go in somewhere. I looked forever. I even looked with the light on. I, for the life of me, could not find it. So what I did is I used the putty, because it's supposed to plug in, connect to 2 points. I used the putty they included and just puttied it in right there so it won't fall out. Otherwise, it falls out. So I'm not sure if that's the reason they included the putty. But as you can see, it looks like there's supposed to be a little peg right there, but I swear on my life I could not find it. So that's another ding right there. Otherwise, had it worked, that would have been great. I wish the light up was all AC adapter, no having to take this arm off, swipe a button, and then when you leave the batteries in, they're gonna melt after a week, so you gotta take the batteries out as well. You never wanna leave the watch batteries in because they drain like no tomorrow. I left them in my Shockwave statue. After a week, they were dead, and I only used it once. Overall, it's cool though. There is a button right here that you press, as you can see. However, this bad boy, I gotta literally remove this arm like this, press a button like that, and then put it back in. So that is super annoying. Although I'm got it one hand. Oh, boom! Look at that, one-handed. So this is just a typical USB-C, I believe. So that's what I use when I want to light stuff up that's not readily accessible to an outlet. I have that. It's rechargeable. Forget, it lasts forever though. So yeah, there he is. Overall, I'd probably give this statue a 6.5 out of 10. I do like it. I'm glad I got it. It was a horrible experience purchasing it. So that sucked. I'm glad I have it though. I've always wanted a I Am Super Vegeta in 1/4 scale, especially next to this bust. I think it looks really good together. I was always pissed off I never bought the life-size Vegeta. I really wish I did. You know, I always think, man, should I just sell off like 30 DBZ 1/6 and just buy the life-size? But I simply can't do it. I love my 1/6. I really do, and having so many cool scenes. But I really do wish I bought the life-size somehow. But this will do. I do like this. Let's go ahead and set this up next to some other 1/4 so you can see size comparison now. Alrighty, so here he is next to Gohan, Frieza, Cell, and Trunks. As you can see, he fits in quite well. You know, if you wanted to display him with your KD Cell and KD Gohan and Trunks, it would absolutely fit in, you know, considering it's the same saga. So it definitely fits and it looks good. I can't really fit it to show it to you next to this Vegeta, so what I'm going to do is just take him off his base, and we'll go ahead and compare his body at least. Alrighty, so here he is next to Sumo Vegeta, which is 1,000,000 times better in every possible way, sculpt, paint. But, you know, this Temple Vegeta is still pretty good, you know, for a cheap statue. But there it is, size comparison. Another thing to reiterate regarding this piece, you know, this is about 330 bucks plus shipping. This is about the same price. I still think this Vegeta is overpriced. You know, I mean, 330 is not that much for a 1/4 scale, but considering what you're getting, I would say it should have been like more like 275 to 300, considering this is about the same price. I don't even remember, but I think this is like 330 to 350. But this thing's like a grail. Detail, paint, sculpt, unbelievably amazing. Then you compare to this, you're like, what the heck? They're almost the same price? That comes with 2 upper bodies, texture, detail, better paint job, better base, better light up. So that's just my 2 cents. And that's why, you know, like I said, this statue is like a 6, 6.5 out of 10. There you have it, though, folks. Let me know your thoughts. Temple Vegeta. I'm still happy I have it. It was such a nightmare getting it. There was tons of dust all over the statue, which was annoying. Make sure you join my Facebook group, DBZ Resin Collectors. Exceed just, you know, they're showing off their new Goku vs. Vegeta 1/4 scale. Exceed F4. So really excited to see that prototype. They showed the Vegeta sculpt. It looks absolutely amazing. So I'm really excited to see that. Probably be getting that. If I do get it, and I might end up just keeping Temple Vegeta here and throwing that up there. We'll see. But I really do want to Goku vs. Vegeta in 1/4. I think it'll be amazing. That's it, though, folks. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.